We'll see. I don't have high hopes on that. Alright, here we get the grinder. Alright, turned into a bigger deal than I wanted it. See, that frickin' head doesn't even fit that right. Good day, everyone. Good cool day. It's a little chilly out here. I don't think it's up to freezing just yet. Well, I'm packing up the tools, leaving the shop, going down into the back, and I'm going to tackle that spring on that fifth wheel. I'm going to take that thing out. I've got a granite install in Providence today, and I figured maybe if I can get this out, I can kill two birds with one stone, because there's a spring place right in Providence, which I've already talked to, and I think they can fix me up. So I'll meet you down in the back, and we're going to tackle this thing. I believe I got all my tools down here now that I'm going to need. I want to break these loose before I start hammering on them. Okay, those are loose, and I get to use my new gun, the M18. This is their new guy out. It's supposed to have the most amount of torque. We're going to test it. All right. The other thing that I have now is I have a jack stand here. So, just in case. I mean, it's not going to go all the way up to where we need it, but we really don't have to get too much pressure off of this. All we got to do is get the tire up. I can see the pressure coming off the spring. See, it's starting to release here. And that slid back since I put it on the road. I'm going to go to the spring place. I'm going to get their professional opinion about everything, because we are doing more ride IS in June. So I don't want to spend any more than I have to, but I also don't want to break down on the road again. Maybe we'll put a main leaf in it. We know we need a center bolt. Yeah. That's good enough. Get the tire off. And once the tire's off, you could actually take and lower this. Because all you want to do is get the tire off for clearance for that. And then even if you let it back down, nothing will be touching the ground. And if nothing's touching the ground, then it's not putting weight on this again. Boy, it's too bad you couldn't get this guy in there. Not going to happen, though. All right. So we'll be taking that off like that. We're going to need another jack stand, aren't we? Huh. Didn't think about that. I'll have to go get my other one, and we'll put it under the axle over here. Well, I'm thinking that the jack that I brought out is going to bear fruit. It's going to be better than a jack stand, that's for sure. And I did not torque these down to the right torque. I was talking to the spring company. There's two torques. If you go on dry, or if you put a little lubricant, like maybe some diesel fuel or something, just to let it spin easier. And both of them were higher than 90. I think one was 130 and one was 150. I have it written down, and I will go over that with them, because these are 9/16 U-bolts, which I wasn't sure of till the other day when I took a measurement. All right, looks like they're broken. Oh, it's so much nicer when you have tools in your hand, unlike when you're on the road. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Boo-hoo, right? So I could feel that the center bolt is gone. I can feel the hole in the spring, which we already knew that anyway. Just kind of confirming things. So I did talk to the spring company and asked them their opinion. And they said it may not have been that the U-bolts were loose. Could be just the roads are so bad that a good shot breaks the center bolt. And then once you break the center bolt, you know, hit after hit after hit, just keeps moving the spring pack back. So that is the reason that we're getting rid of the springs and we're going with the MORryde. Alright, looks like we need to bring that up a little bit. I gotta cut one strap. Alright, no pressure on any of the U-bolts. They're all loose and just sitting there. Alright. They're probably spread just a little bit. They look like that in there. So I gotta go get a cutter for that tie. And then we take out the pins. Do a little snip here. Okay. Now, what do we got here? Alright, that saddle is part of the axle. So all we gotta do now is just get these U-bolts down. Should be able to give them a little tap here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, yeah, see they're spread just a little bit, so it's holding them in there. That's fine. That's probably how the new ones will be. But I'll take that with me, along with that. Because when I get to the spring place, we'll have a chat about things. And now we're gonna get our pins out. So what size wrench do we need? Doesn't appear to be too large. Oh boy, it's smaller than that. So it's smaller than 3/4. As I went to get a wrench, I had a thought. And the thought was, why not put the ratchet on the other side? I really should be putting this over there. Let's do that. Let's do what we really should be doing. It'd be different, right? So it was 11/16, it wasn't 5/8. Alright, so this, and that's spinning off. Let's see what kind of luck we have here. There we go. Okay, that one's spinning. The other one didn't. 6 of one, half dozen of another. Man. You gotta be kidding me, right? do, so going to the spring place, we get another one, but in the meantime, I still gotta get it off. So, do this. What a bonehead thing to do. I really should be on the other side doing this, is the problem, and I'm not. Yep, spun that right off. Yeah, I don't know how good a grip that is. We'll see. I don't have high hopes on that. If it has to be cut off, I have a grinder. I doubt it. That's confidence. I doubt it. Oh boy. I'll have to cut it off. Alright, gotta go get the grinder. Alright, turned into a bigger deal than I wanted it. Alright, I got my hearing protection on and my glasses. Now all we gotta do is cut this off. Okay, now I'm thinking maybe split that. So, if that's split good, I should be able to get behind that with a chisel and just tap that nut off. It didn't split up the top there. Now it did. I should be able to just tap that off of there with a chisel. Have you got a chisel? Me either. I gotta go get one. Heck, I didn't even need a chisel. I just got out here and gave it a tap from the outside and it fell right off. So, as I had hoped. Alright, so if that's the case, I saved the trip. Alright, that one needs to spin. That one came right out. There's the spring. There's the culprit. So, here you go. There's the center bolt. You can see it there. There's the center bolt. It sheared off. The spring's all moved. Hey. It's, you know, it's exactly what I figured happened. think we're just going to get a main leaf. I think we're going to get a main leaf, but I'm going to talk to them and see what they think, because I do not want to get broken down on the road. That is the one thing I don't want to happen. But this is all going to get cut off, and they're going to put more ride independent suspension on here, so I don't want to spend any more than I need to. All right, I'll update you when I get the spring and get back here. Okay, we have successfully got our spring fixed. Yeah, see, that oblonged that hole a little bit on the axle too. See, that frickin' head doesn't even fit that right. And you wonder why I'm going with more ride. Okay, we're gonna need that. Luckily, they had one pin that I needed. This is why you don't want to break down on the road. You never know what you're going to be able to get, what you're not going to get. So these are the nuts that they were using. And the spring place said, we never use them. They'll loosen up. So this is what we're using. A long nut. They're all hardened, of course. And washers. So I don't know if you saw the video of us breaking down on the road, but I talked them to 90 out there because I was just guessing at it. And the actual torque should be 150. 150 dry and 110 if you were to lubricate them, like with Never Seas or something. He said, we usually don't do that. We just go dry. Okay. So I would say let's get our pins in first. So we got a long pin and a short pin. And the short pin is going in the back. I should put a little grease on there. Okay, we're gonna put a little grease in here. So it doesn't go in dry. I'm gonna grease it after, but I just don't want it to be dry in there. All right, so if we get that up there, how about that? We're not lined up. Maybe we should crank that up a tad. Ooh, baby, that's close. I don't think I can get it in, but let's see. It's really close. Well, I'd be wrong. I did get it in. And now this guy. We gotta reuse the old one because they didn't have one that long. But that's okay. This one didn't break or get messed up. Don't want to booger up the threads because I don't have another one. So maybe if we let it down a little bit. Although that doesn't seem to be putting any stress on it. Seems to be loose. Loose as a goose. It's not lining up. It's like it's twisted. Twisted sister. Come on, baby. Give it to daddy. Jesus. missing by a quarter of a hole here. I can see this is twisted, but how do we get it untwisted? So for whatever reason, this has turned into a little project here to get that bolt in there. We got it started, but it's almost there. It's almost like I gotta get a clamp and pull it up on it. Now that we got it through, maybe I can pull this together so it keeps pushing it out. Maybe I can do that. Yeah, that's not going to work too well, but we could do it with a socket, right? Press it in. You could do it with a nut. A nut will work. I got to do it on an angle. Which wants to just slip off of there. I can't understand why that's going in so hard. Oh, because that needs to go through here. Right. So that's what's going on. It's hitting and just not going through. It's up to the shoulder, and the shoulder's not lining up. It's hitting the shoulder.
It's going to go down
right
that way.
All right, well, let's see if we can't. See if you can let it down, but I don't think it's even hitting here. It's not. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this one out. We're going to get that one in.
That's it. Just about there.
So let's do this. Let's let this down so that we can have full movement on that spring. All right, just watch it over there. Clear?
Oh yeah, there's no way near it anymore.
That one down. Oh no, we're hitting. There. How about that?
There you go.
All right, so now we get a nut on it. If the threads aren't boogered. Okay. So now we gotta get this one up. See, and this thing is pitched over here. You're gonna have to let it down a little bit. Easy. I mean, go up with it easy. Easy. Oops. It's close. It's off a little bit there. Yeah, this thing's gotta go backwards. Okay, maybe I can do this.
You got a punch?
Not down here. There are no good pry points. Stay right there a second. We're almost there. Hang on. We went too much. Gotta let it go a little bit. There it is. Is that through?
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So then he said it doesn't matter where the hole is, the grease doesn't matter. So okay. So I was wondering if it was a problem if they were down. And he said, nope, it's okay. So I've already put just a little bit of grease in there so they're not dry. So now it's time to just tighten it up. Get a socket out here. Okay. Go ahead. Put in. All right, this guy. Okay. Let's see. It looks like it. It's just that it's rocked, so you got to bring it up a little bit, kind of even it out. A little more. A little more. All right, that's pretty good right there. It took most of that out of it. He made these U-bolts right when I was there.
That's why I always, anytime I've done one, I go to Palmer Springs. Build me some U-bolts.
Get that guy up there. Look like it's lined up down there.
Yep.
U-bolts look like they're where they belong.
Yeah, they're pinned right up against the shoe.
So we want 150 now on the torque. Right there. 150. Hey, 150. Yeah. Grease. Well, that pretty much concludes this. I'm just going to put a zip tie on that cable, put the tire back on and let it down, and then I'm changing the U-bolts on the other side tomorrow, probably. I bought them for over there. All right, well, as always, thanks for stopping by. I wouldn't be much without you. I'd be talking to myself. Well, wait a minute, I'm kind of talking to myself as it is. Hey, if you got enough mustard in you, go give it the old up yours. Don't do it for me. Do it for YouTube. They love that sort of thing. All right, I'll see you on the next one.